All right, welcome to Dials and Dice Gaming. Tonight we have a round 5 game from the Jawa Junkyard Jamboree between Brian and Brad. Also tonight we have a first time on the stream with me, my co-commentator Joe. Do you like to go by Joseph or Joe?
I go by Joe.
Okay. Well, I'll call you Joe then. So, this is Joe. He is asked to join us on as a co-commentator, and we're just trying to expand our wings a little bit. So tell us about yourself, Joe. How long you been playing?
I like that pun, Steven. And so I originally started with 1.0, but I never really played competitively in 1.0. It wasn't until 2.0 and I moved to South Carolina where I started playing competitively. I generally like to play any list, like any faction. I just haven't gotten into CIS. I'm actually in this tournament. I'm in the Empire, but it hasn't gone well for me.
Oh, yeah. What are you flying?
I am flying Seventh Sister, Fifth Brother, and Countess Ryad.
Oh, okay. So you're familiar with this list that Brian's got over here? Well, at least with Seventh Sister.
Well, I've also watched a couple games with all these pilots. You know, Echo is pretty messy with her decloak ability of using the 2 bank instead of the 2 straight. And Ved Foslo, he can manipulate the range. He can get into range 1 if he wants, or stay into range 3 if he wants. So I'm not very familiar with Turf Enter though.
Yeah. What's Ved Foslo's ability?
So whenever he flips the dial, he could choose to do a one lower or one higher, as long as it's the same bearing. It just changes the speed.
Oh, okay. So that's something to watch out for. So it looks like they are getting their dials set for the first round. We will get the timer started once they start the timer, and then we'll be off. So this I've heard that this should be a good match. I like the IGs. I'm a scum player, so primarily. So yeah, this should be good. So if you're joining us tonight on Twitch, welcome. Give us a shout out in the chat. Let us know how you're doing.
I will not be able to answer in the chat, Steven. I have very limited internet capabilities at the moment. So.
That's all good. So I got a shout out. I played Paul Olson, Minnesota Merc, earlier today. And he is a worthy opponent. He was flying Sunterfell with a couple of what are those, TIE aggressors? And
not used very often.
Yeah, you don't see those very often. I've seen some people trying to try those out here recently, trying to make them work, and I think they're just still too expensive.
Yeah, I know in 1.0, there was a lot of talk about how they were kind of nasty in that, but that really the 1.0 ships that were highly sought after haven't really, to my opinion, have really caught fire in 2.0. Well, some of the lesser known ships, I mean.
Okay. Yeah, I am not an Empire player, so I'm not that familiar with them, but I have played against them. The turret can really throw you off. They have the turret on there, because you just don't expect it sometimes.
Yeah.
To tell you, I was flying a practice list for the Renegades team tournament coming up. if you're playing in that, give us a shout out in the chat there. Renegade Team Tournament. Let us know what team you're on. I was flying a practice resistance list with Ray and Kova and an A-wing and pretty standard list, and I ended up coming out ahead. Kova took out Soontir Fell.
They're about ready to start asking, is it alright for me to go ahead and give them thumbs up?
Yeah. You can let them know. I don't have the chat. Well, I guess I do. I don't have the names in my thing, so. All right, and we're off. So, strategy-wise, what do you think's going on here?
So, Nom Lam is a very interesting ship to play. I know I've played it once, and I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But these IG-88 droids, being an I-4, and in this type of tournament, they're aces through and through, especially if they're moving second. They're ridiculous. I'm kind of surprised that he didn't take IG-88D, which is the one that gives you the free evade after a boost.
Yeah. Is it after a boost, or is it? I thought it was after a sloop. I don't know.
I think it's IG-88D that lets you do the sloop with the 3 hard, and it's C that gives you the evade after the boost. I get the IG-88 droids confused every once in a while.
So I'm pulling it up here on the stream. After you perform an attack that misses, you may perform a bonus cannon attack, and that's with B. And
good ability there.
A. See, IG-88A is at the start of the engagement phase. You can choose one friendly ship with calculate on its action bar at range 1 to 3, and transfer one of your calculate tokens to it. And if I'm not mistaken, they share the same they share the same pilot abilities with the IG-2000 upgrade.
Yes, so that is a great upgrade.
Yeah, I really wanted to try those out before. Really what they're designed for is to fly the 3 IGs together. But those things are expensive. You can't put a ton on them.
You really can't. I know that you can do a 3 IG-88 list. It used to be to where you can only do 2, and they were like the heavy meta. And 1.0, everyone was flying them. Yeah.
I watched when I started playing. It was right after the basically to switch to 2.0. So the first streams I started watching were like the latter part of the 1.0 streams, and I saw the IGs flown. I think it was the world champion. Or the World Championship. They had large bases back then, though.
Yeah, that's one thing that I really liked about the move to 2.0. Getting that medium base in there for the smaller ships that aren't quite necessarily big, and giving them that ability was really, really smart for FFG, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, you can move them. You can play with them better with the medium bases.
Less likely to jam things up as well. The medium bases, they work really well to be able to keep from bumping all over the place at times.
Yeah. Yeah, when I started playing with. When I started learning X-Wing, I played with medium bases, and honestly, I feel like I play better with medium bases than I do with small bases.
Yeah, so I like medium bases more than large bases. I don't really play large very often. I am very comfortable with small bases, and the medium bases I'm starting to get there. Tur is going away from the fight right now.
Yes. So it looks like we got Seven Sister out here trying to bait. We got Tur coming around. Looks like trying to get around this gas cloud here, so that you can get a better advantage there.
Bed is already using his ability here. He had a 2 hard and then he dropped it down to a 1 hard.
Oh.
I think this is really the way for that the Imperial player needs to play with this list, just because the Brobots, they work so well in tandem, and Nom Lam is always guaranteed to get a shot no matter what, because his ability says that whenever you're declared the defender, if the attacker isn't in your firing arc, you change your arc to where the defender is at, to the attacker is at.
Yeah, so I'm my other list for the team tournament actually has Nom Lam in it. Dengar Gunner is always a staple for Nom Lam, because you're always going to have that firing arc where it needs to be.
Definitely. I'm also in the team tournament where I'm the team captain for the Rogues. So it's myself, Healy, and Kyle Trubert, and we're really excited for the tournament to begin.
Yeah, I've been practicing. Hopefully it'll go well. It's my team we are called Dad Gaming, just to represent our channel, and we got Nate, a local player of mine, and a guy from Virginia, I believe, named Adam, who just jumped on with us. He's sort of a newer player, but I think he's hoping to gain some experience and just get some more tournament practice in.
That's always fun. I know Kyle and we came in at the same time, and we really kind of kept pace with one another. I know at the very beginning of us playing, no matter what I did, he would always beat me, but we pretty much evened the playing field now.
Yeah, when I started playing, I played against this guy named Tom. You might see him on the Discord or playing around as the name Dudesif, from Indiana, because I was living in Indiana when I started playing, and he is a very good player. He was recently on the Fog of War playing against Marcel on the other streamers. What are them guys called? X-Wing Debrief. Yeah, so they're doing this series called Fog of War, where they talk to the players about their strategy, like pre-game and post-game. It's pretty cool series that they got going on. But yeah, so I played against Tom a lot. And when I started playing, and it was my goal to beat him once, and he always just ripped me apart. But I was never afraid to play him, because I would learn so much when I play him, because he would evaluate, what I did and tell me what I did wrong, and it really helped me to improve my game. So thanks, Tom, if you're out there.
That's something. That's definitely something we all need right there. Right now, this is kind of a slow engagement phase. I think that the Imperial players trying to, as you said with Seven Sister, kind of bait them, but also kind of slow playing it, try and get the engagements at range 3, which really benefits him. And right now, I think that the Scum player, I can't remember their names. I think the Scum player is Brad, and the Imperial player is Brian. uh, he he needs to try and cut Tur off, I think, and go ahead and get one ship off the board if he can.
Yeah, if he can cut off Tur, it's only 3 hull right there. I mean, it's if you can get 2 shots off on it right there, just turn in on it. You can easily take that ship off the board. But then you got Echo coming up behind you with Fifth Brother,
which is a nasty combination. I watched a game last night with Echo and Fifth Brother, and whenever you can almost guarantee a crit, because you typically roll at least 1 focus every time you roll the dice.
Yeah,
it's nasty.
It's mean. I hate playing against it. See, I'm not an Imperial player, so I don't like it because I play against it a lot.
I'm not typically an Imperial player, but I looked at while I was prepping for this tournament, I was looking at factions that had good I4 pilots, and I saw the Counter Strike. I've always been a Defender fan, and Fifth Brother and Seventh Sister. I was like, I can't pass this up. Now, granted, I was 1 and 2, but then I had to seed the round 4 game because I didn't have any internet because I just moved.
Oh,
so,
yeah,
it definitely hurt.
So you just moved from South Carolina to where?
Moved to Missouri. I'm stationed at Fort Leonard Wood right now. Just waiting to be able to go to work. They kind of had me staying at home for 14 days due to the coronavirus situation. So I'm planning on enjoying the next about 11 days left now.
Yeah, so I had to take a week off of work 2 weeks ago. My wife was sick and had a fever for like 3 days, and so because of just the whole COVID thing, we had to stay home. And then I had a 4-day weekend with the holiday. So I worked like 3 days or 4 days last week, and went back to work today, and evidently there was a confirmed COVID case on our job site. So I had to leave work early today, and I'm not going in tomorrow.
You hate to hear that someone got that confirmed case, but at the same time, free time off is nothing to complain about, really.
No. I mean, shoot. So my wife had a baby. Well, my wife and I had our daughter, June 4th, and I took a week and a half off, and then I was out of work another week. I worked a total of 8 days in June, and now we're into July, and I've worked 1 day, and it's a week into July. So I've had a lot of time off here recently, which means more X-Wing.
Which is nothing to complain about, but no. right now my wife is about X-Winged out with me. Yeah,
I know what you mean. My wife is I have to communicate well with her, because if I just come in my office and start playing, she walks in and she's like, "Are you playing a game?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Why didn't you tell me?" Because when you start playing, sometimes it could take like 2 hours, and then it's just kind of annoying, and so I have to kind of pace myself and communicate well with her, or she gets really annoyed at how much time I spend, especially when I stream and also play. So yeah. What's up, Justin? I see you in the chat there. That is a very cruel statement. Brad is scum.
Yeah,
so what do you do in the Army?
Oh, so I'm an engineer officer. So far I've been at Fort Stewart. I have been generally on both coasts at some point in time. The engineer school is at Fort Leonard Wood, so that's kind of a home station, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But I just left South Carolina, and that was I was a company commander there of a basic combat training company.
Okay. How long have you been in the military?
I hit 7 years back in May.
Okay. Wow, that's pretty cool. Well, thank you for serving. Let's give a shout out to Joe for serving our country.
Thank you for that. So we're about to start that engagement. Echo is going to have 6 green die. That is crazy.
That is ugly. I hate that. I hate whenever you got a shot and they roll a ridiculous amount of evade dice and roll all paint, you know?
Yeah, it looks like just 1 hit compared to 4 evades because of the cloud.
I have a little lag on my end. So you're going to have to call out the shots.
All right, so the ion cannon had 2 hits and a crit, and then he rolled 2 evades and then used the evade token to roll 1 evade, use the cloud to change 1 to a blank to an evade, and then use his evade token and didn't take any hits for Echo. But now it's IG-88A at range 2 to Echo, so he'll only get 4 dice now.
Okay.
Hit, focus, blank. Is he going to spin his target lock? It spins his target lock. So 2 hits, and spin to calculate for 3 hits.
Okay.
And 3 evades.
Natties.
Jeez. So now he's going to use the ability for the ion cannon, which gives him a hit and a focus. And 3 evades from Echo.
Wow.
So we've had 2 shots into Echo, and Echo being cloaked, you know, gets the 2 extra green dice. Very rarely are you going to get a hit on that.
So I'm not seeing the dice on our camera. Are they rolling on the table?
They're rolling on the other mat. Let me.
Yeah. Pop in there and ask them to roll on the mat. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't really change my camera view because of the stream here. So yeah, see if they can roll on the table so that the viewers, our lovely audience, can see what's going on as well. So haven't done this yet. I got a dad joke. It's customary to always tell a dad joke. Or, well, not always, but a lot of times. Ready? You ready for it?
All right, they're gonna do that. I think with most people, they went, "Oh yeah, that's right. Okay."
Oh well, so you popped out. Sorry. I'm ready to tell a dad joke. You guys ready in the chat? So why is there no gambling in Africa?
I'm pretty sure I know this one. It's because of all the cheetahs.
You're exactly right. Because of all the cheetahs.
That's good. It's kind of why do lions not gamble or something along those lines. But that's a good one. That's always a go-to. Also in the chat, if you got any dad jokes, I wouldn't mind catching some, so we can share them on our streams later. Also, I have I want to talk to you guys about something real quick and see what you think. Lee and I have an idea for a stream. Just to get the community more involved. Yeah, actually, Justin, I just read that joke in my joke book. I had a dream last night that I was a muffler. I woke up exhausted. So we have this idea for our stream, and let us know in the chat what you think, and if you think you'd be interested in joining us.
but basically it is a community influenced game. And the way that I'm going to thinking about posing it is, have you ever been watching a game and you would have dialed in this particular move, and then they did something different? And the answer is always, well, absolutely. You know, so basically the idea is to have the hosts play a game. We'll bring the lists, and so we'll play not a timed game, but like a 12 round game, and we will have a trivia question every other round, whether it's Star Wars trivia or it's something related to our stream, like what was the last dad joke that we told, or anything. But basically have a trivia question. The first person to answer the question gets to decide the moves of one of the players for the next round. And so for half of the game, the chat gets to decide what maneuvers we are taking, and they can help us or they can fly us off the map. And so we just thought it would be kind of fun to do. You know, it's not competitive, just have fun. Just say set our maneuvers. We don't know what, we'll know what the maneuvers are, but we have to respond with actions, etc. But like basically every other round we'll go to like a top-down view. That person will message us in our Discord privately. We'll set our maneuvers and then go with it. And so it allows the chat to our audience to have some ground in the game and just have fun. You know, just have fun watching the stream. Also, we'll make a rule of like you can't answer the question and set the maneuvers more than once per game to allow more people to interact with the game and stuff like that. So we're trying to figure out what we're going to call it, and we'll probably end up doing like a series of streams where we do a number of those. So yeah,
I'd probably call it pure pandemonium. Just due to the fact that you said, "Hey, you can either help us or fly us off the board." You never know who the vindictive person is out there that would be like, "Well, I'm gonna make you fly off the board now. Good job."
Yeah, so it could be interesting.
Do you think Echo here is gonna yep, he's gonna decloak.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, let's get back into this game here. See what we got going on here. So we got the decloak. We got Nam Lam turning in, giving these IGs some support.
He fits in there like a glove.
Yeah, it's always feels good to squeeze large bases in like that. You know, you set up your maneuvers correctly. Oh man,
that is not good for Echo. Took a strain. If Nam Lam there is at range 2, that can be very, very bad for Echo with auto blasters.
Yeah, if he rolls a crit.
On my counter triad, I have outmaneuver, advanced sensors, and auto blasters, and the auto blasters has saved me time and time again, and just getting ships off the board. Because if you roll 2 hits and a crit, or a hit and 2 crits, and you're behind them, it's almost guaranteed damage.
Yeah. What do you think these IGs are going here?
Honestly, if it were me, I'd probably turn them and go towards Tur, but I think that he's pretty dead set on trying to get Echo off that board, and I honestly don't blame him. I watched the game last night. The game I watched last night, it was my buddy Kyle. He set up so many kill boxes for Echo, and Echo was just like, I'm going to ignore those.
Yeah. I foresee IG88A in yellow. Maybe doing a bank out just to run some just to threaten Turf and Ur out there, and then red doing a sloop. I mean, that would be the best thing to happen.
Yeah, I could. If he is dead set on taking Echo out and trying to focus on Echo, I could also see the yellow robot do a 4K, and then the red robot do a 3K, 3 signers loop, and it could be pretty nasty for him. But at the same time, I think that you're kind of right. Let's threaten Turf Enter some.
What's up, Nate Handy? My teammate and team captain for the Renegades tournament. He's in the chat. So we are how many minutes? 25 minutes in this game and no damage traded yet.
25 minutes in, and he had 2 shots lined up on Echo, and Echo being cloaked just laughed.
Yep, makes me sick to my stomach. Since we got these ships in closer, I'm going to go over here and bring us in some
I'm really interested in seeing what these IG-88 droids do. I'm really interested.
Oh,
I was not expecting that, but at the same time, it's relatively good. He has that shot on Seventh Sister and Ved if he so chooses to shoot through that cloud. But Seventh Sister's ability is pretty nasty too. It's an inherent crack shot.
yeah. Does it take both force to do that though?
It does, but at the same time, I mean, like they have 3 agility, and typically, unless it's me rolling with Seventh Sister or any of the Inquisitor droids, you usually get 1 or 2 evades. But if I'm rolling, you don't get anything.
So it looks like Turf and Ur might not have a shot this round. And Ved took a target lock on the wrong person. Yep, no targets for Tur.
Pass that calculate to IG-88A
Yeah.
since he wasn't able to get an action. And yeah, Turf Enter is out of arc.
So what have we got next here? We've got who's shooting at who?
Is Echo shooting at A? Because if so, he can't.
Yeah.
Here, hold on a minute. Let me go in there and let him
Can you
know.
type in the chat there? Echo can't shoot at red. They are touching each other.
All right, they counted that. Hold on a minute. Let me hop over into their chat.
Okay, go for it. And get that straightened out. Got some people trying to cheat on the stream here. find out what's going on here in a second. It's like they're discussing. Looks like did red bump yellow? Is that what happened here?
All right, so it turns out A bumped B, and they both agreed to it. So they're taking it as. Did you hear anything that I said?
Yeah, I saw the rollback there and kind of concluded that that's what was going on. So I got 2 shields down on A.
And a third shield is going down.
All right.
Unless he chooses to spend that extra calculate. Yeah, this is coming from bed.
Wait, that was a started and he rolled evade and 3 focuses. That hurts.
But he does have that extra calculate.
Yeah.
So he may decide to spend that. But you very rarely see the evade and 3 focuses, and it is painful. It does not spend the extra calculate.
So he takes the damage.
Use it for offense.
So we got shields down on the IG-80A. I mean, wait a minute. That was B. Sorry. Let me fix that. So who is he firing at here?
Spins the force. Spins the force. It's 7 sister into B, and who will take the hit again?
Yep. Man, that's damage. That's damage going through, and that is half points. 36 points.
But now I have a feeling that Echo is taking a range 1 shot. Yep, range 1 shot into Echo.
All right.
A strained Echo at that.
Oh, what was the other result there?
They are all 4 focuses.
Oh, that stinks.
He does spin the calculator though.
Spend it for 1. You kept it. You might as well spend it.
Gets the evade.
Oh man.
But now an ion cannon coming straight for Echo.
All right. That's better.
That's a much better roll for Brad there.
And it looks like he's gonna be ionized.
Echo is ionized.
Or spins the evade. Yeah, you still take it. Still take an ion. Why did he spin the evade? I'm curious. Because it wouldn't have made a difference. Because you still got a shot coming from mom.
Now he's just taking damage. He's just taking damage instead of the ion as well.
So he didn't take the ion. Okay.
Right. Which you can't really blame him. Like, if you get an ionized Echo, that's bad news.
Oh man, 1 crit, 2 hits,
and 2 evades. So only 1 hit going through on bed.
On the bed. All right, so we got damage coming. And I'm guessing, is he doing... No, he can't do the bonus attack because he didn't miss.
Correct. And right now, he can only do auto blasters and the 7th sister. So... But if you
Well, you might get the crit through.
if he rolls 2 crits, Seventh Sister goes down to half points because he's out of the firing arc of Seventh Sister, and he rolls 2 eyeballs.
Oh, those eyeballs, man. And of course, Seventh Sister.
Seventh Sister handily evaded that.
Yep. Easy. Light work. Okay. That is back to dials. Look how quick Brian is setting his dials there.
He must play like me during the so generally with me, I'm always picking out my moves during the engagement phase, especially if there's kind of a lull in decision making and stuff.
Yeah.
I'll always go ahead and just go look and kind of see what's going on, and if I take extra damage, it might change something. But I'm kind of a fast player. I want to get as many rounds in as possible, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. And it also helps to start thinking about that while you're during the engagement, because if you have ships moving in different order, other matching initiative ships, if they're moving before you or after you, thinking about the potential blocks and all that stuff, and it allows you some time to process stuff while you're rolling dice,
Definitely. And the thing with Echo right now is that he wasn't. She had to spend that evade token to keep from being ionized.
Yeah.
So she is not cloaked coming into this round, so she will not be doing any of her funky movements.
So what do you think Echo is going to do here?
I would probably honestly say she will try to get out of Nom Wom's firing arc, or at least turn into Nom Wom. That way, auto blasters won't be as effective.
Yeah.
But I could also see her turning away, turning towards Turf Inner and get out of Nom Wom's auto blasters range.
So we still have that contraband cybernetics here. If I were the Phantom, I would do a 4K here. Get turned around. Get out of the way of those IGs a little bit, so you can reposition, get set up for the next round. You have that force multiplier, You got that force modifier there for defense.
And I can see the IG-88s doing a Signer's loop, B going to the right and A going to the left. I could just see that happening, especially with Contraband Cybernetics. I love that upgrade on Scum.
Yeah. My only problem is when you do it, a lot of times you end up stacking up stress, and it's hard to get rid of stress if you have like 3. Because I've been flying Bosk, and I'll do a hard stop maneuver and spin Contraband Cybernetics, and or I will have previous turn taking the stress to do the the Zuckus or the Forlom.
Zuckus is you take the stress to make the defender re-roll a green die.
Yeah. So I was playing against a 7 fireball list the other day, and there was at least 3 fireballs where they had at least 4 damage left on them, and I one shot 3 of them with at least 4 damage with Bosk. It was nasty. You had to go through. I had to pull out another damage deck.
Rough. I have done that one time to a friend of mine, I've made it to where every single damage card was dealt out.
Yeah, I've actually never done that personally, but I've made other people do it. So humble brag.
I'm in the same boat with you. Now, granted, that one time that I did it, I was pretty much cornering one ship at a time, and even after he was dead, I was like, I might as well just attack because I had the ability to.
Yeah.
So I was a little mean, but it was a fun game. We were just wanting to mess around, and it ended up, turning into what it turned into.
Hey, so in the chat, if you've joined us since we've started, welcome to Dials and Dice. I mentioned it last time we streamed. We've recently reached our affiliate status, so that we can now do emotes, and have some custom stuff. So if you would like to subscribe, there's not a ton of benefit for it right now other than supporting us. Supporting our channel. As you know, the subscriptions give us a small portion of the fee, and as we continue to grow, we're gonna once we get some administrative stuff set in, we'll get the emotes squared away, and yeah, start doing some sub goals and stuff like that. And, we want to do some giveaways. We are talking about getting some physical alt art cards made to give away. And also some other stuff. But yeah, we're trying to grow, and let's keep doing it. If you will, like and subscribe if you haven't. I'm gonna post our little thing here in a second in the chat so you can catch our links.
Now, I do have a question with Twitch. Whenever you have to pay to get those subscribe coins, do you stay subscribed to that channel permanently, or is it just for a month?
I think it's just for a month. Yeah, I think you have to resubscribe every 30 days. There's different subscriptions, so there's a tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 subscription, and you get more with the higher tier subscriptions. I think most people just do the tier 1 subscriptions because really it's not that much difference, and it's cheap to do that. Hey, they're asking in the game how much time is left. They paused their timer, so can you pop over there and tell them it's about 32 minutes?
I just let them know in the chat.
Okay. So we got Namlam coming in, keeping that arc out. Well, arc doesn't matter because it turns like a clock as you get shot.
Yeah, but he did what? Oh, that's going to be rough on Seventh Sister right there, because she only has 1 force left, so she doesn't have that innate crack shot ability now.
Yeah. So I wonder what IG did here, because Namlam kind of clogged up that sloop.
I have a feeling it's going to be a 4K.
Oh yeah, okay. That makes sense. If it is, Seven Sisters in a world of hurt.
I don't think Brian was expecting that sharp turn in by Namlam there.
Yeah. Is he contemplating an action there?
I guess a 1 bank isn't really that sharp of a turn in. I think he just misjudged it. I'm not sure about that.
Oh, well, 1 bank on a large base goes a long ways. It's like a 3 bank on a small.
Yeah, and I'm really, I don't play large bases very often. They're bump city for me.
If you space them out correctly in the beginning, then you can avoid it. Got a little cough here. Let me get some water.
That's a big gift there, Steven.
What? What was that?
I said that's a big gift there with spacing out properly.
Oh yeah.
There's really no way for Seventh Sister to get out of the position she's in.
Not really.
Maybe if she
doesn't do much.
barrel roll to the left.
Oh,
Hit the boost.
snap.
Hit the boost.
But you got that turret pointing that way.
Won't be for much longer.
Yep. Oh yeah, that clears all day. So did Echo just cloak over there?
Yeah, she cloaked, which was probably the right decision. But
Yeah.
I don't think she'll be taking any shots this round.
So we got a barrel roll, trying to get out of that bullseye. But are you?
And range 1.
So Turfiner YOLOing across the cloud there.
And the risk paid off. Did not roll for a string. Did not get a string.
Oh, okay. They keep forgetting to roll on the board.
Yeah, they do, but I just let them know that on situations like that, they are good because I can see the entire screen. I'm not necessarily constrained as the stream is.
Yeah.
He is in a good spot with A.
So what is he doing here? He backtracked it there for a second.
He double moved. So
okay.
yeah. So he's in the position he's supposed to be in now.
Oh, okay.
I'd almost take a target lock, and then if I can pass a calculate over to him. Oh no, he just doubly calculates. And bumped with IG88B.
He'll probably pass a calculate to B.
Yeah.
This could be a good turn for Brad over here.
Yeah.
You got one shot coming in, and you got 3 shots on Ved.
Hit crit from Tur into A there.
Rolls an evade.
Yep, spins the calculate. No hit.
Yeah.
Which I almost would have taken the shield on A because A's at full health. I probably would have just let him take the shield.
I would have done the same thing. I would have taken a shield to get that modifier for that attack there.
And he's setting up the moves for Tur the next round. He took that barrel roll in. It's going to be 4 dice from A into Ved here. Ved could be hurting. And also another thing we found out with Ved is that he does not have non-lom as firing arc. So non-lom. Oof.
Ouch.
So if he spins focus, a hit crit's coming through. Hit crit, so he'll be taking a crit here.
All right. So what will that crit be? What's the crit?
Blinded pilot, so he can only use the force during attacks, and that doesn't have any force.
Yeah, that stinks.
Spins the calculate and the ved, and ved evades it.
One evade. It's kind of expected though.
The ion turret, just one, so 2 evades.
Takes it. Easy.
Nom-Lom range 2 auto blasters. So any crit will not be evaded because Nom-Lom is not in Ved's firing arc.
Yep. So I recently flew an M3A Swarm with auto blasters, and it's ugly. Like, I started flying them where they're not in a big block. I flew them in like 2 pairs and split them up so that the opponent had to choose a side. And man, those rear shots, those crits come a lot more than you think.
Yeah, I love it on Counter Triad because Counter Triad 2 through 5 straights can turn in. They're all blues and they can all turn into white turnarounds.
Oh wow. Ooh.
Just a hit with the calculate and 2 evades. So
Man.
that didn't pay off.
No,
for Brad
I mean,
there.
I was really expecting a lot more there. Of course, he does have points on the board now. 23 points. It is 36 to 23 with Brian on top.
And he really has Ved kind of stuck. Like if he decides to focus on Ved here, Ved's stressed, so he can't do a turnaround or anything. I can really see Ved going the next round, possibly, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, where do you go with Nom-Lom though here? Well, you got your own ships right there in the way. You got Ved sitting there in the way.
I'm not too familiar with the jump master.
So they can't really turn right very well.
Yeah, I'd still probably take the strain, do a 2 hard right, and try and get Ved to bump. If you can get Ved to bump, it could be very bad news. But then again, Ved, he has that ability to where he can change his dial, so he can adjust on the fly.
You think Brad will do a switch here and try to change targets? Or you think he'll try to go after Ved?
Smart money's probably going after Ved because IG-88 droids, they can turn around pretty easily. The jump master can't, but he has that turret that can rotate as he wishes.
Yeah. You know, Nom-Lom is a trap. It's you don't shoot at him till the end of the game. You take out the other stuff, and you start shooting at him at the end of the game, and you start getting damage from that Dengar charge. And before you know it, he kills you, and you didn't expect it. Because he just took in damage with those 2 evade die or two green dice, and all that hole he's got.
Yeah, and usually by the time you're firing at Nom-Lom, you spent your green tokens.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had that mixed up. By the time Nom-Lom's firing, you spent those green tokens, not you firing at Nom-Lom.
Okay, so what kind of decloak do you see coming here? You get 2 bank left, and then do the candy cane.
Yeah, I'd say 2 bank left forward, and either do a 1 hard, or if he wants to try and get Echo into the fight faster, do like a 2 hard as a possibility. But Echo doesn't like flying that fast into things. The TIE Phantom likes to kind of hang back a little bit.
Yeah, hang back, throw 3 dice. All right, we got about 20 minutes left in this game, and pretty low scoring game so far. They took forever to set up their engagement. That's
yeah, they seem like they're pretty cagey players, and I mean, you know, you can't really fault them on that. It's one of those things where, you know, you need to fight on your own terms at times.
So Brad is 4-0 in this tournament. He's currently in 5th place. And Brian is also 4-0, but he is in 13th with his MOV. So they're both fighting for a 5-0, which will put you in the top 3, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. I can't remember, Justin, who's the tournament organizer. He said there will be 3 5-0s and 3 3-2s that will make the cut, and then all the 4-1s will make the cut.
Yeah.
So both of these players are guaranteed to be in the top 16.
He said 2 5-0s now. So one of these guys are going to be in the top 2. How many rounds is this, Justin?
5.
5 rounds. So this is the final Swiss round. And then 4 cut rounds is the top 16. So very likely we'll be streaming one of these guys' games again. But it could go either way right now. 2 people dropped after round 1 and borked his Swiss triangle.
Oof.
Yeah, he said both these guys are top 16, and they're really just playing for seeding. I think it's supposed to be seating.
No, seeding. What seed they'll be, 1 through 16. Kind of like the NCAA tournament, what seed you'll be.
Yeah. So how does Justin might know this. How does the pairings work in the top 16? Like if you're number 16, is it random pairings for the first round of the top 16?
No, so the way I understand it is that it'll be 1 against 16, 2 against 15, 3 against 14, and then once that all rattles out, then it'd be 1 versus 8, or whoever played against 8, and so on and so forth. So it'd be 1 versus 9 for the round of 8.
That's interesting. Cause I played in Space Jam and got I was like 10th or 11th, and I got paired against Hagewood first round. He destroyed me. And then went on to win the tournament. I always feel good whenever I play people who win the tournament, because it makes me think that I've helped them get there.
It's one of those things where if I would have won, I would have won that tournament. That's kind of the way I feel. It makes me feel good.
Yeah.
like in the Mando tournament, I made it to the top 8, and Fun Walk kicked me out.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember. Was it Fun Walk? Yeah, I think Fun Walk won.
He was flying the T-70s.
The T-70s with Rose.
Yeah. Man, he did a great job on his setup. Like the first few rounds of setup there. Just keeping that firing line very threatening. Those German players, they don't play to have fun. They play to win.
Was Ved supposed to get rid of that stress since he upped it to a 4? I know he revealed a blue maneuver, but he didn't do a blue maneuver.
Said yes. Oh, you can ask him in the chat there. Keep him honest.
Who said yes?
Duck. It said 3/4 is blue, but he changed it to a 4, right?
Yeah, he changed it to a 4. I know that the three maneuver is a blue.
Yeah, they're saying that it keeps the same difficulty according to the card text on Ved's card.
There we go. Turning a 4 into a blue. That's pretty good right there.
Yeah, so Ved says, why you execute a maneuver? You may execute a maneuver of the same bearing and difficulty of a speed 1 higher or lower instead. So is a 4 straight a blue?
I guess it keeps that blue difficulty.
Does it change the 4 straight into a blue because it's a white maneuver? Alters the speed, doesn't alter difficulty. That's good to know. I did not know that. All right, so we got some dice. Who's shooting here? Is that Turfin?
Phantom into B, and and Echo had a hit and 2 crits, and B just wiggled right on out of it.
All right. So now this is Turfiner, right?
Right, into B. And let's see if he spins that focus.
Get rid of that dial there.
Spent the focus, 2 hits and a crit going into B. And it'll be a crit going through because I do not believe that he has the extra calculate.
The crit is
blue stabilizer. You don't want to see that in this situation for Brad here.
Not good. He's got to go straight or take a damage, or he might just take the damage. Because at this point you're behind by 14, 12 minutes left, and you're already half pointed. So
I'm really surprised he didn't go after Ved here. I'm surprised that he did the Signer's loop with with A. And now A probably will not have a shot.
Yeah, that ability, like after you perform an attack, you can do a barrel roll or boost. That's really good in certain situations.
I have no idea how that stayed in Rage 3.
How many rounds of firing have they done? Is this like I think it's about 5 rounds of shooting.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the 5th round of shooting.
All right, so 1 hit. Spins the calculate probably. Yeah. Oh.
1 evade.
So he takes a card. On turf.
There's his 4th dice. And he doesn't take a card. Did
Oh,
not
man.
roll all 4. But now Ion. Ooh, that's not going to ionize anyone.
Nope,
Just
not
spent
today.
just spent one of his good green rolls though. Oof.
Hey, you gotta get him out. Turd laughs at the puny dice. Nom nom.
I'd almost take a shot at Echo here. It'd be 2 versus 3 instead of
I am
2
started.
versus 4. 2 versus 5.
Yeah. He's probably contemplating.
And Echo already has damage. But then again, you know, if both go through, he'd half point either one.
Yeah, both shots do suck. You're probably not going to get damage through on either one of them unless he just blinks out. And that's a good start.
What he wants is Echo to have to spend that evade, but he spends the focus.
Yeah. Focus evade.
Because now Echo will be able to cloak if she chooses to.
And we still have the contraband on all 3 of these ships.
If you let me know once the stream's back on, I can just send them a message and be like, disregard the stopping the timer as well.
Yeah. I've got it at 8:35.
Yeah, they're at 7, 10, 8, 7. So they're about a minute and a half faster than the timer on there right now.
All right. I think I'm good. So where are they at on the timer?
It is at 6:18 now.
Okay. I'll just resume ours and they'll end before we do. Sorry about that, stream. It looks like Lee had an internet outage or something.
That is always rough to see whenever you're streaming.
Yep. Alrighty, back to it. Doug says if Brad wins, he takes first place.
He's going to have to get some damage through on this go round and keep from taking damage. We'll keep from one of them either being half pointed or seeing IG-88B get destroyed.
Yeah. Honestly, he Justin said that if he loses, he sits in third or fourth. So this is not like kick you out of the cut game.
He just won't be one of our 5-0 players. That's pretty much all. And you know, it stinks, but it can't hurt too bad. And with that move, I see Echo doing a 1 hard left.
And Nom just bumps. Where are these IGs going though?
I am not
he cleared
sure.
that.
No, it was a bump. He just cleared the bump signal as soon as he bumped.
Oh, okay.